Hey everyone, this is Pete Kazanji from TalentBin. I wanted to show you two exciting new features that we added to the site. Essentially, we've crawled two new sites. One is called Lanyrd, the other is called Slideshare. Both are really exciting from the standpoint of having professionally relevant information for individuals to help recruiters find them. So Lanyrd is as you can see right here, social conference directory. The neat thing about it is it's like a directory where individuals who are attending conferences like PyCon, a Python community conference in Montreal, Canada, can come and signify that they're attending it, that they're going to attend, and they can interact with each other. The reason why this is exciting for us is if somebody attends a Python community conference, they're probably into Python. So that's the reason why Lanyrd is an impactful data source for technical recruiting and for crawling for TalentBin. The other data source that we crawled is Slideshare. Slideshare is a place where individuals can host their various slide decks and kind of share them out there. Again, this is something that is really useful. You can see an individual's profile right here, Vala. You can see the different slides that the different slide decks that he has produced here. But then you can also see the ones that he likes as well. And so what TalentBin has gone and done is consumed all that information and used it as data sources to pull onto their composite profile. So if we flip over here to Brian Smith's profile here, he's a software engineer in the Los Angeles area. You can see that lo and behold, we've consumed his Lanyrd profile right here. So if we go ahead and kick out to his Lanyrd profile, you can see that he spoke at the Lone Star Ruby conference here, right? And then importantly, the Lone Star Ruby conference is obviously about Ruby and Ruby on Rails per its name, but also the tags here. And so what you can see here is that if we go over here onto Brian Smith's profile and we look under his Ruby his Ruby tag here in his professional interest viewer, we see that Lanyrd is one of the places where he's demonstrated Ruby interest. So not only is this helpful from the standpoint of recall, like obviously we know that Brian is into Ruby not just because of Lanyrd, but also because of GitHub and Meetup and Quora and Ruby Gems and so on and so forth. This guy's really into Ruby. But if we wanted to engage in outreach to Brian here, we could say something like, great talk at Lone Star RubyConf, right? And this would obviously drive an amazing open rate because we know that this piece of information that Brian had spoken at the Lone Star Ruby conference there. Similarly, with Slideshare here, here's this gentleman Chris Grigo here, and if we were to go and kick out to his Slideshare profile right here, we can see that he has two slides up here. Whoa, two decks up here. One has 108 slides in it, blending performance with front-end, micro formats, pardon me. And this one is blending performance with front-end architecture. So, and we can also see all the different things that all the different slide decks that he's liked, right, and demonstrated interest in. All of this information drives, of course, into his professional interest. I happen to think that if somebody had a had a slide deck up here and a recruiter reached out to me and said something along the lines of, yo, Chris, awesome, fantastic front end, what is it? Front end architecture deck. Love this deck. Right? And so actually by dropping that hyperlink in there when I go and I send this email to Chris here because of TalentBin's, and of course I would add him to an automated follow-up campaign, because of TalentBin's open and click tracking, this hyperlink right here would get instrumented such that, when Chris clicked on the link to his own deck, that I so thoughtfully included in there to show that I had qualified him, I would get the piece of information that he was interested in my outreach. So, what's exciting about Lanyrd and Slideshare is that there are millions of profiles with candidates that, of candidates who are demonstrating their professional interests all across the technical and design arena, and now TalentBin has pulled those into a unified place for our customers to make use of. So the new feature is Lanyrd and Slideshare being added as to TalentBin's database. We hope you love it and look forward to your feedback.